Today we are going on what's going to be my first solo moto camping trip.
Everything's about as tight as it can go. GoPro literally just fell off.
On today's episode, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, a little bit cool. Today we are going on what's going to be my first solo moto camping trip. So, never done this, don't really have the right gear for it. I do have gear, but we're just making do with what I got, and we're just gonna make the best out of it. So I'm gonna walk you through the gear, how I pack it up, how I set it up on the bike, take you for the ride along to the camp spot, and just kind of bring you guys along with me on this journey as much as I can. I only have one GoPro battery, my phone, so we'll see what I can do. I'm gonna do my best. But yeah, let's get started. Before we get started with the packing, I got a eBay shipment to send out. Some 1-inch Harley ape hangers going to Bakersfield, California, to my buddy Henry. Henry, thanks for your order. I'll get this out to you right now. This is just about everything. I'm going to talk you through and walk through what I'm bringing and why I'm bringing it. So let's go from left to right. So from left, we have some electronics. Mostly, we obviously got the phone charger, and we got our DeWalt batteries with our DC charger adapter, and that's to charge our phone, charge our camera equipment, stuff like that. As you can see, I got some camera equipment, selfie stick, clip, a little pistol grip holder for the phone. I got tools here. I got my water bottle, which I think is a whole gallon. I'm not exactly sure. That's the one thing I'm kind of concerned about being able to fit on the bike, which is a first time trip. I know water's going to be kind of an important thing to bring. Moving on, we got some more tools, some fire starting tools. We got a hatchet and a machete. I kind of use both of those for fire starting, along with my old timer knife. That I just use for like cooking and stuff. We got Bluetooth headphones, lighter. I don't know how many liter this bag is, but that's gonna be the main bag I'm using. We got the Torque mini saddlebags, and I got this bar bag from Amazon. So I'll put stuff in the bar bag. Saddlebags, half will be tools, half will be camera equipment, and everything else is going to go in this bag. We got our French press coffee. We have our telescopic fishing pole. I have this fanny pack with all my fishing gear in it. We got a sleeping bag, my tent poles, hammock. I got a pull string bag, and I have a pair of shorts to swim in, 2 t-shirts, some extra boxers and socks, and a nice little compact travel towel. Got my flip-flops, got some bug spray, my camp cook set, which is basically just a pan, a little cutting board, 2 plates, and that's about it. My fork spoon combo thing. Got a mason jar of coffee, toothbrush, toothpaste, tape measure, just in case I gotta measure anything. And I got a couple lengths of tin foil. I'll be using that for cooking, be using that for maybe cleaning off the grill grate. And yeah, that's about everything, guys. I think I should be able to get away with having a successful camping trip with my setup here. All a matter of if I can actually fit it all in my bag. We will see. Alright guys, here we are. I call this Sportster's touring mode. Fit everything that I showed you guys. Saddlebags, big bag, bar bag. Could have definitely used some more space for sure. Everything's about as tight as it can go. But yeah, backpack I'm gonna wear, which is not ideal, but it's gonna get the job done. And really the only thing that I couldn't fit in any of the bags, but is very important, is my coffee cup. So that goes in my hoodie pocket. Hopefully it's not too hot to not wear the hoodie, and hopefully on the way home I can lighten the load a little bit and throw that in the bag. But yeah, there's our touring mode. We got the Memphis shades, windshield, quick release, Torque mini saddlebags, some probably TJ Maxx backpack. But yeah, let's go. Let's hit the road.
Guys, so we made it to the campsite. Nice little grassy area. Everything in my bag is out except for my clothes and toothbrush and stuff, which I'll probably use as like a pillow, the bag. Able to bring the fishing pole, tackle stuff. The only thing we didn't bring was the hammock, and we didn't bring a fire starter. But luckily this whole thing of lighter fluid is full, and somebody left a couple nice pieces of wood. So in the meantime, I'm gonna just gather firewood and then set up my tent. Sweet. Nice little pond. Got this little road here. And yeah, what a freaking beautiful spot. Bike made it down here absolutely no problem. Cool, guys. Let me get camp set up. We set up camp, and before I could film anything, I decided to hit the trail and go for a hike. So here we are. This beautiful lake. I just hiked about 3.5, 4 miles back in the woods. It's nice and remote. I don't hear cars anymore. And yeah, now I'm chilling. I didn't bring any of the fishing gear. I wish I did. But maybe tomorrow morning we'll wake up really early, take this hike again, and go do some fishing. I hiked to the far side of the lake over here, so there's a ton of weeds. But where I came in, there's definitely some good spots. So we'll probably do that tomorrow. I rented this site for 2 nights, so I don't have to leave anytime tomorrow. I can pretty much hang out and fish and do whatever I want all day. And we're just gonna play it by ear. But here we are at the beautiful lake, and yeah, stay tuned, guys. All right, guys. So here's the setup. Got the fire going. Got the tent up. Got this over here. Little cook set. When I got here, there's actually a little pile of ice, so I just threw my food on there. So everything's going pretty well so far. Aside from the tent poles needing some repair right off the bat, we're looking all right. This tent might not be coming back home with us. I've had this tent for like 6-7 years, and it's starting to fail, so hopefully we get one more night on it. What we got going on right now? Alright guys, first night of solo moto camping went pretty well. Tent's still holding up, but probably gonna throw her out at the end of this trip. These black poles just keep snapping off into these metal sleeves, and then the whole tent kind of just collapsed. Happened once while I was sleeping last night. So we might be saying goodbye to this thing. It'll lighten my load on the way home. Other than that, we are making some coffee. Water's boiling. Bike looking good as always. Nice view of the pond. This is what they got here, this artesian well. Just coming right out. This is the water source I've been just drinking it. So this is another reason why I want to come check out this spot. I saw through my research that there's a wild trout stream here and tons of other kinds of trout fishing and old trout stock lakes and stuff. So it took me a little while to find this place, but I did. And this is a tiny stream, tiny ass little stream. I don't know if I'm set up to really fish this type of stuff. I mean, I definitely could. When there's a will, there's a way. But like I said, I kind of discovered it late, and this might be a project for another adventure and another video. But yeah, this tiny little stream, wild trout, pretty cool. Would be stoked if I caught one. Earlier, when I first discovered this place, I hiked to about here, and I'm looking down into these pools, these deeper pools, see if I see anything, obviously. And this one, right over here, I thought I saw a big ass snake. So I stood there and watched for a while. I didn't see anything. So I hiked down there. I hiked maybe a half a mile deeper. I saw two bears, so I kept my distance. I let them do their thing, and I turned around. But in this little pool, I definitely saw I came back, and there was a big ass snake. So happy I didn't decide to take a dip in there. Alright, wrapping up this camping trip. I think it's this tent's last hurrah. I'm gonna throw it in the dumpster, so get one last good look at it. Other than that, we're pretty packed up. I think they call this a skivvies pack. I learned this from Gnarly's Garage, so shout out to Gnarly's Garage. Yeah, everything else is ready to go pretty much. Lighten the load without the tent, and I kind of just neatened up the way I did things with these skivvy packs. I took the reel off the fishing pole, which saved a lot of space. And yeah, so I'm gonna go take a ride, ditch this tent, finish packing up, and then yeah, we're hitting the road. Alright, time has come. This tent has served me well for many, many years. And honestly, I probably could salvage it, but I'm looking forward to getting a new tent and doing some more videos. Gave her a proper wrap up for her final send off. And yeah, besides for the poles breaking, it's kind of showing age from just normal wear and tear. But it was always kind of had a condensation problem and a ventilation problem, which is probably kind of the same problem. So, off to bigger and better things. Thank you very much, Tent. Will I have room for the coffee cup? Stay tuned. All right, guys, that's about it. Sportster's back in touring mode. Got everything packed up. Stoked to have came to Stokes State Forest. Beautiful spot. Tons of nature. Thanks for following.
All right, so we made it back. Everything went surprisingly well. Couldn't really ask for a better camp trip. Couldn't ask for better weather. So a few things if I had to change would probably be I probably would have thrown on my other wheel, which has a 48 tooth rear sprocket. The 51 tooth was just a little bit too aggressive and winding out on those longer back roads and stuff, and it just would have been smoother with the 48. Probably better gas mileage. I don't know though. On the way out, I definitely packed a little bit better, so I had more room, and it just felt a little bit better. I was just spent part of the trip thinking about how I'm gonna lay this out differently if I could, if I can get things a little tighter, and I did. So that was cool. And moving forward, I'm sure that's something I'll just progress on, getting better at. Bigger saddlebags, that would have been helpful. You know, more space, the better. And even though it's my bike's only a Sportster, I can definitely put the next step up, either Thrashin or Torque or whatever saddlebags on there. Um, but even without that, what I have is basically a bare bones, minimalistic way of going about this. The tent, the cook gear, a lot of this stuff was from Walmart. And even though that was the tent's last hurrah, that tent lasted me like 7 years and didn't give me a problem until this year, or maybe last year I had some problems with it too. But if you're somebody watching this video and you think, oh, I don't have the right gear, or I don't have all the nice fancy gear that everybody else with the YouTube is rocking, doesn't really matter. Like I said, Walmart gear, very basic, small setup. I rode with a book bag that whole way. That's something I would probably try to figure out and get a little more dialed in, because with that much weight strapped to your back, you can't really move that well to like adjust your pants or do anything really. So if the bag was secured to the bike and I was just more mobile and free, separate from that, that would be pretty good too. But like I said, this is my first time, and we'll just keep getting better every time. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Let me know what you want to see in the next video, or if you have any places you think that would be cool to check out around the tri-state area, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. And yeah, let me know. Thanks.